Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be sure to like and share this video so we can get our followers. Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to start breaking down this massive storm that's behind us, what we're looking at, when we're going to be looking at it, and what is going on with the timing for this storm. Alright, just wanted to make sure I had audio real quick. It is going to impact our area starting today. In fact, from the... sorry here. A winter storm warning goes into effect today. Those areas there in purple, just south of the Sioux Falls area. In fact, it does include the southern portions of Sioux Falls, such as south of West 57th Street there that we are watching the winter storm warning there that is in effect for areas in purple, that we're going to see that go into effect. For Sioux Falls area, we are watching a winter weather advisory. That is for the area there in green, which does go into effect today as well. And we'll go through yet tomorrow evening. So that is for the area in green. Basically, areas along the I-90 corridor and areas to the west of that as well. And down into the Nebraska area that we are seeing that. A little further east of us, we do have that winter storm watch that is in effect there for those areas in yellow. Those areas will have the chance of seeing this winter storm push into the area. Blizzard-like conditions is expected for some of these areas as well as we start to watch this system come into play. As we take a quick look at our national radar here, we do see that it is starting to develop there in the Nebraska, north of the I-80 corridor, south of I-90, and just south of South Dakota and the Nebraska border. As we take a quick look at our live current radar here, we do see that there is starting to show some snow down along the Highway 50 corridor there by Yankton, Vermilion, and south of the Tyndall area there. We do see some heavier bands out there by the Parkston area as well, and just to the east of the Wagner area. Now, what are we looking at, and how much are we looking at for snow totals, and what is going to be? Well, let's take a quick look at our winter weather risk analysis here, where we could see an additional 4 to 8 inches for the area there in orange/red. And you can see that the impact for this system is going to be mostly going to be today, lingering into tomorrow, where we will watch things taper off and push its way eastward. As that does come eastward, our threat with this system is going to be snow and winds. We are pretty confident that this is going to come into play and really start to affect the area yet today. So, as that is mentioned here, let's take a quick look at your 10-day forecast, because one thing that we want to touch on as well, real quick, too, you do see that this is capable of being sponsored. Definitely contact us if you are interested in doing a sponsorship with us today for our 10-day outlook that is posted regularly. Anyways, jumping back to the forecast here, you can see that today is going to be almost the warmest day of this 10-day outlook, except for Wednesday, Thursday of next week, where we're going to finally reach above that teen mark up into the teens on Wednesday and Thursday. However, we are looking at dangerously cold temperatures moving through the area with these with this after the snow system comes through. We are looking at -17, -18, and -14 degrees with this cold air that is coming through the area. Now, this is just your air temp. This does not include your wind chill temperature as well, which we will definitely jump into that and see what we are looking for as far as that is concerned. Again, let's take a quick look at our larger map of this snow system. We can see that it starts moving into the South Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska border. Those that follow us in Nebraska, I do apologize. I called you North Dakota. I do know my directions, but I do certainly apologize there on that little mix-up. As we do continue to put the model into play there, we do see that Thursday into Friday is when we start to watch this system. Friday morning is when we start to see this come into the area stronger. And then as we do continue to put the map into motion there, we do see that by Friday evening it is out of the area and into the Chicago area with that low pressure system. 971 millibars is what we are expecting with this low pressure system as it moves into the Indiana area, which is really high. It's actually setting records out in Indiana at this time for some of the highest low pressure system that is coming through the area. We are watching some lingering showers that will push through the area on Saturday. We don't expect much of accumulation with that. Under an inch of snow with that, just enough to kind of be of an annoyance to have to get out and maybe shovel or brush it or, things along that line out in those cold temps. Then we are watching that next low pressure system that is bringing another winter storm. Good news is, though, right now this is staying further southward of the Nebraska and South Dakota area there. You can see that it does really fall apart as it hits the Rockies. And then as it moves into the Oklahoma area there, we do see that that does start to regain strength and move its way eastward with that. And then up along the coastlines where we could see some heavy accumulations out of that along the eastern portions of the United States. We do watch that next low pressure system that is coming into the area there Wednesday. We do start to see that really come into play here coming Wednesday. That is moving across the states. We do have some concerns that we are going to have to watch for because right now, if you look right there, we do have some mixed precipitation icons that are starting to pop up as well. So definitely something we're going to have to keep a close eye on is Wednesday into Thursday. However, that's primarily staying on the North Dakota and South Dakota border. That will continue to progress its way and bring in chances of, again, some snow flurries Wednesday into Thursday of next week. But, again, that will be under an inch of accumulation with that. We're not expecting a substantial snowfall with that as of right now. Definitely could shift a little further southward, and then as that does happen, Wednesday into Thursday of next week, we could be watching another snowstorm system as well. That'll gradually push its way off to the east and into the Indiana and Chicago area again. They will see another massive winter storm that will really impact that area coming into next week as well. We do start to watch another low pressure system that is going to impact the area come this weekend or next weekend that will bring the chance of seeing another winter system push through the area. So definitely something we are going to have to continue to monitor is this low pressure system right here that will continue to progress and move its way eastward. As that does continue to progress and move our way eastward, you can see on the 21st there is what we are looking at of things really start to develop there. So about the 21st, 22nd, maybe into the 23rd, we are watching for the chance of another winter storm system coming into the area. As I did mention, I want to touch base on this. We have some dangerously cold air that is coming out of Canada and moving down southward and going to really impact South Dakota. As we do put the map into motion there, you can see wind chills by this afternoon that are going to be in the negative teens to negative double digits there come into this afternoon and into the overnight hours. We do expect that to drop as well as we go into the overnight hours, come into the teens and into the lower 20s. Now, as we go through your day on Friday, We don't expect to see a warm-up come in through the day on Friday as far as your wind chill values is concerned. Coming through the overnight hours Friday into Saturday, we're going to see those temps continue to plummet and see the chance of negative 26 degrees for your wind chill value come Saturday morning. Then as we do continue to progress the map there, you do see that this cold air is really going to push down come Saturday evening, and we will see negative 31 for the air temp, for the wind chill values coming in Saturday night there. We will continue to watch this progress there, and you can see that some areas are going to be negative 30s, negative 36 up in Bismarck. Fargo, North Dakota there is negative 28. We are just going to see this cold blast of air that is coming down through Saturday into Sunday there. We do have the possibility of seeing negative 40 degrees come Sunday morning. As those of you churchgoers get up, you're going to have to start your car and let it run a little longer because we're going to see this cold air blast last here. As we do go into Monday of the beginning of your work week there, we do see those cold airs stick around. Good news that we are thankful for, though, that is Martin Luther King Day, so there is no school on that day for a lot of the schools across the area. So that cold air effect will not really impact school delays as well. You can see as we go into the morning there, we are still looking at temps in the negative 30s for your wind chill values and into the negative 20s. This cold air quickly moves out of the area. By Wednesday there, we do start to finally return to some normal air temp above freeze or above zero there come into Wednesday of next week. We do finally start to see a little bit of a warm up as well. But look at how cold this is all getting. You can see down as far south as Louisiana down there is 30 degrees is what their wind chill value is going to be as we come through with that cold snap there as well. You can see there, Houston, Texas, 16 degrees. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 11 degrees. This cold air snap that is coming through the area is really going to push its way far south. You can see there, Austin, Texas, 8 degrees. Oklahoma City, negative 9 degrees for the wind chill value. Definitely some cold, dangerous temps are going to be moving in. And then as we go through Friday of next week there, we are watching negative 13, another blast of cold air that is going to move down where we're going to see next weekend as well of cold air pushing down south. Let's zoom back home here. Let's take a look at home and see what this latest model is saying. As we put the map into motion here, about that 00 Zulu, so about your commute home, about that 6-7 o'clock time frame, or I'm sorry, 5-6 o'clock time frame there, you do start to see that that is really starting to impact the Sioux Falls area as far as the snow is concerned. As we put that map into motion, you can see that heavier band of snow does stick around come Thursday into Friday. And then as we go into your commute to work Friday morning, that is continuing to stick around on Friday. Finally, that does push out of the area there on Saturday, bringing us that chance of seeing a dusting Saturday evening. Confidence with that is not too high that we'll actually see something out of that. As we do continue to watch here, like I did mention before, we do have some low pressure systems that pass to the south of us. Definitely something we're going to have to keep a close eye on, because if those do push just a little further northward, then we're going to see a chance of some snow and some snow totals. Now, this is Wednesday of next week that we're going to have to watch this system fairly close as this next low pressure system starts to come into the area. As that does start to come into the area, we do see that possibility of seeing some snowfall and even some mixed precipitation does start to show up Wednesday into Thursday of next week. As that low pressure system scoots across the state of South Dakota, it's going to bring our chance of seeing some snow development as well. Granted, a lot of that is going to be right now under an inch of accumulation with this. It's going to be more, again, of that annoyance. But again, Chicago area, Indiana area is going to get just blasted again on Thursday into Friday of next week. We do see that nothing else for the rest of the week is sticking around. Snow totals. Let's take a quick look at your European model snow totals here. As we do put it into motion here, things do start to pick up. there, right about that 2 to 4 inch mark for the Sioux Falls area. You can see the further south you go, the stronger the snow system is going to be and produce heavier snow totals the further south. Omaha, Des Moines area there, anywhere between not 8 to 10 inches of snow is what they are looking for. As we put the map into motion, you can see, again, that Chicago area and Wisconsin area and into the Michigan area there, it's just getting blasted. Over a foot of snow is what they are going to be looking at. So be glad that we are in South Dakota, where we're not going to see much of snow accumulation. Again, as we go through the rest of the week there, we're looking at an additional inch of snow, maybe 2 inches of snow total with this 3 to 5 inches by the end of next week. So we're not looking at a substantial snow system with this. Again, though, our concern that we are coming into is these dangerously cold temps that are going to be moving through the area. You can just watch how cold and how dangerous these temps are going to be. If you're outdoors, definitely want to bundle up because it is not going to take long for frostbite to set in and hypothermia as well. So definitely some cold air is going to be moving through and some dangerous temps as well. As we did mention, these winds are going to continue to pick up. As we did mention before, these winds are going to continue to pick up and produce Thursday and Friday and over the weekend, where we are going to see that. Our concern with these winds that we are coming into on over the weekend is going to be the blowing and drifting of the snow as well. These winds are going to be out of the northwest, pushing to the southeast, so definitely going to be impacting a lot of area as well as we do come into the weekend and into the over the weekend there. We're going to continue to watch that. Now, you guys are probably wondering, dude, enough of your chit chat with this. Let's jump into models. Oh, I do apologize here. My model just blipped on me. Real quick, Alyssa just joined. When does the bad weather start in Sioux Falls? We are actually just loading that up. We'll get that loaded here momentarily and let you guys know hour by hour what we are looking at and when we are looking at that, and start to bring you guys that information here just momentarily. We're waiting on our model to load. All right, does look like things did load there. So as we progress here into the early afternoon there, we do start to see that development down in the Nebraska area start to progress its way northeastward. In fact, let's zoom in here so we can look at this just a little better. By about that 2:33 clock time frame, we really expect that to be in the Sioux Falls area and starting to impact as well. Further south you go, you could see those heavier bands as well coming into the Sioux City area. You can see those darker colors. By about 4:35 o'clock there, we do see those bands of snow that are sticking around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I feel like I should be singing some oldie song there. Those that are older might know which one I'm talking about. But anyways, there south of Sioux City, you can see that blue area where that heavier band of snow is about 9 o'clock in the evening that we are going to be watching as well. That's going to be bringing your snow totals a lot heavier further down south. And then as we progress through the day and into the overnight hours there, we are seeing the snow totals start to finally taper off there. About your commute to work, about 7, 8 o'clock, we start to see things really die down. Then about that 11, 12 o'clock time frame, that should be off and to the east of the I-35 corridor. As we do look over into the Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison area, Green Bay you guys just can see how big of an impact this storm system really does have uh, as well. Then as we do continue to progress here, we'll reverse here and just show the amount of strength that this cell is growing basically over the central portion of the Midwest here. As that does continue to progress, we do watch just how strong this low pressure system is going to gain strength and produce stuff, as well as it comes into Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, over into Ohio and further southward. You can see it just starting to spin there as well. You can see there coming into the day on Saturday, the chance of some of that back building and pushing southeastward, bringing our snow totals just a little bit of a that's where we get that half inch or to an inch of snow on Saturday, as well as some of that back build of that system as it comes into play. A lot of your questions are, what are we looking at snow totals? Let's take a quick look at that. Snow accumulation, let me get this loaded here. There is the latest of our map here. Let me get our measuring tool out here. So right now, according to the latest HRRR model run, and last time it did it just a little bit overboard. Last time it said about that 13 inches of snow. Right now it's about that 7.6 inches of snow. Sioux City 10 inches, Des Moines 10 inches, Waterloo 10.6. You can see just a lot of the area there as far as snow totals are going to be. I'm right around that 5 to 7 inch mark is what we're going to see coming in with this winter storm as it progresses through the Sioux Falls area there. Southern portions of Sioux Falls is going to see a little bit of a heavier snowfall than what northern of Sioux Falls is going to be seeing as well. Brookings about 2 inches. Mitchell area there about an inch to right under an inch there as well. Mankato area, let's look at that, 10.3 inches. Again, I think this really overdoes it. Huron area about half inch to an inch of snow. And then Grand Island, Nebraska, let's go Norfolk, Nebraska area about 9.8 inches as well. Yankton area about 9.1. Vermilion about that 10.5. I really, again, feel that this does overdo it by about an inch or two as far as snow accumulations with this. So definitely kind of take this with a grain of salt and kind of be like, hey, he's at least informing us of that and seeing what we do get out of this as well. I know there was a question about ice accumulation, and I don't have that capability on this software as well. Let's take a quick, bigger portion look of these. Take a bigger portion look at this storm again. We'll load this real quick here. As we do load that, let's jump back and take a quick look at your latest advisories. Again, a winter storm warning is in effect for areas in purple. That is for the Minnehaha County, Lincoln County area is not for Minnehaha County, is not for the Sioux Falls area. The Sioux Falls area is actually under a winter weather advisory coming into as well. And then as we go into east of the Sioux Falls I-29 corridor, there, those areas in yellow are under a winter storm watch as we do see this system start to progress and build. All right, we got things loaded here. Let's take a quick look at just how big this storm is and how much of it will impact here hour by hour. Starting to look around that 3:30 time frame, we do start to see things really start to grow by about that 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then Kansas City area there is really getting pummeled by your overnight or going into your late evening and into your overnight hours. That'll quickly move off to the east there as well. You can see by the early morning commute there, again, a lot of confidence is that it should be west of the or east of the I-35 corridor, the heaviest portions by about that 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning as we continue to progress this system. Again, as we do watch this system, just how big and powerful the snowstorm is, and watch it move up the east coast there. You can see it just wrap around to kind of doing like that hurricane effect with it as well. Jumping back, let's jump back and take a quick look at your current live radar that we do have here. Let me get that loaded. We do see some snow showers that are starting to push into the area there. We are watching that this is going to really start to develop here over the course of the next 2 hours here. We really do expect to see things more dominant and more impacting of the area as well. So we are definitely going to start seeing this winter storm as it does start to come into the area. Again, we are watching. I don't know why my sweep is not working. We are watching this. There it is. We are watching this winter storm as it does continue to progress and grow in strength. We do see just north of the Norfolk, Nebraska area there, some snow showers are starting to develop down by the Yankton area, north of Sioux City, south of the Mitchell area there. We are starting to watch that as it does start to continue to develop as well. Here comes that latest radar beam. It did not update there fully. It is taking just a quick sec because I am using quite a bit of bandwidth here to to stream, just to make sure that we do have it as well. Hey, if you guys are looking for great service, great internet service, and great provider to provide your internet service, be sure to call Blue Peak. Blue Peak Internet Service now offers fiber in much areas as well. Definitely give them a holler as well as we do start to watch this latest sweep there of that radar. We did watch that progress as well. We do start to see that develop in the Nebraska, South Dakota area. We are watching there between Beersford and Elk Point area, basically between the Beersford exit and the Vermilion exit. There's a stronger band that is pushing through. Speaking of pushing through stronger bands, let's take a quick look at your road conditions across the region here. Coming into the Nebraska Panhandle there, northeast Nebraska there, we do see that some road conditions are partially covered, if not completely covered. And then as we come into the, let's take a quick look at your Sioux Falls traffic cams as we do start to see those progress. We do see that some of the streets are still snow covered and snow impacted as well. As we go into the South Dakota area, there's southeast South Dakota. We do see that a lot of area is going to be that scattered and ice and slippery. But as along the I-90 corridor is also just about that same ice and slippery in isolated spots. The further north you go, fortunately, the further north you go, the better it does get. Unfortunately, though, if you're in the southeast South Dakota area. As we take a quick look at your Minnesota area there, you do see that much of their road conditions are green, which is an indication of normal travel for this time of year. Now, this is all according to their local 511s. This is not something that we put together just as kind of a little legal slogan there. Again, as we take a look in northwestern Iowa there, seasonal driving is what you can expect in a lot of areas there in northwestern Iowa. Jumping back at the Sioux Falls traffic cameras there, you can see, again, traffic is moving at a normal pace for a lot of areas. You can see that they are just, again, a lot of the road conditions are still partially covered, but not completely covered as well. Again, taking a quick look at your 10-day forecast. Those of you that are just joining us, we are going into a weekend where we are looking at a dangerously cold weekend. As we did mention, we are going to see those freezing temps with wind chills drop and be in the double digits and into the 30s and 40s as we go into the weekend there as well. As we do continue to monitor this winter storm, we will continue to bring you updates. Stay tuned. Riley will be your evening host here. He will be back this evening and bring you the latest update with that as well. And then he will also bring you more information as well. Did anyone have a snow squall last night? Yes, actually down by just east of Des Moines area had a snow squall with their snow system that pushed through that area. But again, I want to thank everybody for joining us, following us, liking us, sharing us, and everything as we do continue to grow. We do appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining, and we will be back later. Riley will be back with more information as we get into the nitty-gritty of that storm system. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe out there.